of it. Yeah, so maybe you know a bit more? I don't know.
I've seen Chrouya around when I started playing Randomizer. He was playing some Overworld glitches things, and well, we could get started, and in Sanctuary we already find the hammer, so that's a pretty great start.
Yeah, that's kind of what you want to see early, actually, in this mode, in my opinion. Because late hammer is always not nice, I guess. I mean, it's not good in the regular mode as well, but I think in Overworld glitches, it's like even worse, since you can go like into every dungeon pretty soon, and you kind of don't want to search for hammer for forever.
Yeah, I know the feeling about having to look for a hammer for a while.
Yeah, I remember that. And it seems like Chrouya also found the Quake medallion in the Bunker Cave, which is pretty neat.
Yeah, mostly only necessary for Mire, except for in some niche cases for Turtle Rock. Fouton, on the other hand, finds some more utility in 50 rupees and 3 bombs, so he'll be able to have an easy time when it comes to Kakariko. Quick lumberjack check from Chrouya, only 10 arrows, so we won't be killing Ganon, probably. It's very unlikely.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if there's nothing on lumberjack, you never do Aga in this mode, since you can always like glitch your stuff around.
Yeah, exactly. So after the quick uncle check, Fouton is just joining Chrouya on the North Loop Door, Lost Woods, probably into Kakariko as well. Chrouya also picked up some rupees and a big quiver, more arrow capacity. Looks like Fouton is also doing the lumberjack check.
Yeah, not a bad idea, especially with the early boots, which you always get in this mode. Like, there's no reason to delay the lumberjack, since you want to know, like, at the very start if there's something important on the lumberjack. And I like what Chrouya is doing there. These bone crocs always have a bomb, so he's gonna get the bomb and then reset the bone crocs to get another one. And we saw a map check there on Fouton's side. There was the green pennant in Eastern Palace, the blue or red pennant in Tower of Hera, and I did not quite catch what was in Desert Palace.
It looked like a normal crystal. So we have 2 light world pennants. That's kind of a shame, because it doesn't feel that bad to go into the dungeons early on in Overworld glitches. They're really easily accessible, and you don't need that much to clear them. So.
Chrouya finds a sword here in the Blind's hideout. And the Cane of Samaria. That's some good early finds. Especially the sword helps a lot with like clipping into places.
Clipping, achieving spin speed. It really is one of the best items to find early, next to the hookshot, I believe. They basically achieve the same thing. That's a great find. Fouton also grabbing an extra bomb, so they'll both be set when it comes to Kakariko.
Yep, definitely. Chrouya's checking out the Kakariko well, only finds 50 rupees in here yet. It's I think that might have been Sanka.
Maybe, I'm not sure. It's just a bit of early survivability and blue mail, so they'll probably be okay for the first wall. And just a single arrow. That's probably the world's most expensive arrow. So yeah, for just a minute or so, this routing will just be pretty much like standard, like we're used to from the no major glitches categories of Randomizer. But probably after race game, we'll see a bit of some weirder stuff happening.
Yeah, I expect so as well. Like maybe even before that, depending on, you know, like personal routing preferences and how up to date these guys are with, like, you know, the current clips and all that. Since there was a clip found very recently where you can get the race game item without like clipping up from Kakariko Village, which I think Chrouya is gonna do now, after he found the book in, what was it, Back of Tavern.
Yeah. Alright.
So yeah, what he's gonna do here is like clip into this wall, do a downward teleport, and then like hop on this mountain thingy, transition down, and then he's like on the ledge above the race game. And now he's checking if it's a, valuable item there. Like if it was, let's say, Mire or something, he could have just jumped down on the item and then went on to clip to Desert Palace. But since it's not a valuable item, he can just like immediately go to Desert.
All right. Yeah. I actually did not know about that strategy. The only thing that does is that it skips library, so he'll have to check that at a later point.
Yeah, it kind of isolates the library for a while, but he will most probably like check it after doing Desert and like Cave 45 and all that. And then like end his, first trip around Hyrule in library. That's my guess. So yeah, we saw Fouton check the library and now checks the item from below. And you can also clip from this position to get the race game item. That's what I was talking about a minute ago. But yeah, he sees there's like nothing good up there and goes immediately into Desert Palace.
Alright, we saw a couple of bombs on top of the torch, so we already found our first item. We'll see what the chest here has. Just a map. So there might be an item in the big chest, or it might be on Lamola's. But we don't have access to the boss yet, because we need a fire source for that. So we're going to get our big chest check right here. Fouton just slightly trailing him, but he has the uncle checks over Chrouya, so...
Yeah, so it's kind of even at this point still. And it seems like the last item in Desert is gonna be on Landmo. So we will have to wait for that until we find at least a fire source.
I don't remember if you logically need the gloves in order to get to Landmo.
Yeah, that's true. Like you can get there without the gloves, but that's a sequence break. So what Chrouya is doing there, he's gonna do an upwards teleport on that ledge, so he can get up, like on the north mountain wall thingy, and then like come back and do the library check, and then like continue his like adventure, I guess.
Oh, that's pretty cool. And then from K45 he goes to Gina?
Maybe. Like he could do that. He could also just continue with like the dam, but I think he will probably check Agnes Cave, since otherwise he would isolate that.
Yeah, same principle here. Downwards teleport, going into K45. We'll see what Fouton does here. Probably checking out Gina and then going over to K45.
Yeah, so they're basically doing the same checks, just in a slightly different order. Oh, he's actually gonna check Bombo's tablet.
Alright, they did find a book, so that makes sense.
Yeah. But it's just couch cache on the Bombo's tablet, so Fouton will most likely check the K45 and then come back to Agnes Cave. And then maybe save and quit after that. Both picking up a big 20 at the same time. Just in different locations.
Yeah, some early money is nice to have. Alright, so Chrouya's going over to Uncle now. We'll see if he goes into the rest of Escape as well. Would not be surprised with a couple of weapons.
Yeah, he might do that. And I think it's not a bad decision to do that, especially if you have a weapon. Since you don't know, like, what you're really looking for is the Moon Pearl at the beginning, so you can like unlock almost everything in the Dark World. So it can be hiding pretty much anywhere, even in the Dark World in some places. So checking escape is still a good option. And Fouton actually does the same thing as well.
Yeah, so again, we're practically synced up. We now just see just the slim differences that the routing and execution made, and that's a room or two. So barely anything at all.
Yeah, and probably also Chrouya saving another trip back up to the castle, which Fouton did earlier to check the uncle.
Yeah.
So they're pretty much even at this point. Just those few steps ahead on Chrouya's side.
Alright, with the map in the first chest, we know that the key is either in the middle of the sewers or in the back. I'm curious to see whether they will death warp and try to get the middle sewer chest.
Yeah, I personally didn't like to do that for a while, but lately I've like, yeah, I guess checked it more often than not. Yeah, it's a difficult call in my opinion if you want to check it or not, since you know you don't know if you need it, and lamp can be like literally anywhere as well. But yeah, with the sword, that should be like a quick check anyway.
Yeah, the only issue would be if it has the small key, and then you would have to go all the way to the back in the dark. That's kind of tricky, especially with the key rat.
Yeah, it looks like Chrouya is deciding to do that, whereas Fouton decides against it. And it's probably going to continue somewhere along the south shore check.
Yeah. As for the question in chat, whether we need all 7 crystals in Overworld glitches, yes, we need every crystal, and we also need to beat Ganon too. So eventually the goal is the same as in the normal randomizer that we all know and love. But we just have a different way of achieving our goals. What we might eventually see is that we will actually be able to get into Ganon's Tower before having all 7 crystals and beating said dungeon. But we won't be able to kill Ganon until we get everything.
And Fouton actually found the shovel in the first chest in the dam. I did not pay attention to Chrouya's stream. Did you follow him? Oh yeah.
So he's actually going to the back now. We'll see if he gets the key rat.
It looks like he got it.
Wow, so that's crazy quick. Really good stuff. And there we are in the bag of escape. Let's see what the bag has. Should be 3 items. Just some love and some rupees. That's kind of disappointing, but at least he has it out of the way.
And Fouton gets
all the
fetch quests, yeah, with the mushroom in the mini Modom cave and the Fisher Price shield. Not too happy to see that.
Only adding extra lag. Terrible item. Actually, the shield is very underrated. So, with said with said mushroom, I was thinking of fake flipper somehow. We can also do fake powder.
Oh yeah, that's true. And Fouton is gonna go into the Aether Cave without spending a bomb, which he can do by doing an upwards teleport. And he finds the flute, which is quite useless in this mode, since you never need it to go like anywhere.
Yeah.
But it saves a couple of time.
Yeah, exactly. I don't mind seeing it, but you're not exactly happy to see it. Being able to get to like Ice Palace quickly, a lot more quickly by fake flippering or something, it does save a bit.
It's kind of like the lamp, I guess. You kind of want it since it makes things better, but you don't really need it.
Yeah. It just feels bad that you always seem to find it really quickly in Overworld glitches.
I'm not sure if Fouton set up his water walk, but I guess he did in the Ice Rod Cave, which is pretty nice. So he can check the hobo here, and then jump down from like a top ledge, and then get his water walk, which allows him to check not only the 2 items in the waterfall cave if he wishes to do so, but he can also check the Zora ledge item and clip up there to get that item if he wants to, which is pretty good. So he only really needs 1 trip to the Zora area to get every item, but he still lacks a couple of rupees to check King Zora actually. So you might want to come back at a later point.
After our initial overflow of items, we haven't really found anything aside from the shovel and mushroom.
It kind of looks like Death Mountain or Eastern Palace might be the play.
Yeah, all of Death Mountain is currently accessible.
Well, it looks like Fouton is gonna head there with the rarely seen Zora to Death Mountain ascent.
Yeah, it really looks like he has his route all checked out. And looks like Chrouya is doing the more traditional Death Mountain ascent.
Yeah, so they are both going up Death Mountain in different ways, and Fouton is actually gonna end up in the bottom part of Spiral Cave, whereas Chrouya will gonna end up like in the Old Man's Cave. So Fouton is gonna start clearing Death Mountain from the east side, and Chrouya is gonna start from the left side. That's like the only difference these 2 routes take.
Yeah, it looks like Chrouya is also gonna save the old man. Navigating through the windy maze right here. Oh, and we find the bow in Paradox Cave.
That's a nice find considering neither of our runners went into Eastern Palace yet. I mean, they probably don't even want to considering it's a pendant, but yeah, it's better than, you know, entering it without the bow.
Yeah, 4 items is not something you would easily pass up. Takes a little bit, but it's pretty high density.
Chrouya getting some bombs from the old man. And actually, I think rescuing the old man as soon as you can when you go up Death Mountain is a good play, since you really want to start at the mountain cave a lot of times in this mode, and you really don't want to clip up Death Mountain like every time you know, save and quit.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it kind of helps when you have the flute, makes it a little bit easier, but the amount of times in a run that you save and quit to the old man's cave is pretty crazy.
And Chrouya got the big key out of the second chest in Tower of Hera and decides to ascend further into the tower, but takes a fall. I think that was not intentional.
Yeah, unlikely. Gonna switch to hammer in order to deal tempered sword damage.
Fouton actually decided to do the Spiral Cave and then ascend back up, which is, I guess it makes sense so he doesn't isolate the Spiral Cave and can still do like the western checks after.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of a detour, I guess.
Oh, we're actually not seeing West of Mountain. We're going into Super Bunny Cave on Fouton's side.
And Chrouya actually got the powder in Tower of Hera and the Red Meringue, which are both kind of useless at this point since we can fake powder. with the mushroom anyway.
So Ice Palace is our last pendant. And Turtle Rock and Skullwood seems to be our Pyramid Fairy crystals.
Yep, that's what I've seen as well. Also, kind of like what Fouton did there, to go into the portal above T-Rock. So he was able to check the T-Rock medallion, which was Quake, and can also check the Super Bunny chest. I'm pretty sure in this mode he can also find the Moonpa in here, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that would be correct. Chrouya clipping to East of Mountain as well. So aside from the bow, really nothing on Death Mountain so far. We found the powder in Hera, but considering we have fake powder available, that doesn't really mean that much.
So what places in Logic do we have left? It's probably only the Hammerbed Cave and Eastern Palace and Sarshala, I guess.
Yeah.
I think there's not really much left that we can do. I'm not sure where Fouton is going. That might be a pedestal check, or maybe some clip I've never seen.
I think it's just a pedestal check, but oh,
yeah, alright, it was just a check.
That was maybe a bit conservative.
I was hoping we would see some like new crazy stuff that I don't know about.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about people that know everything, I think Fouton is on that list.
Yeah, that's correct.
I'm surprised that Fouton didn't activate the flute and then maybe go into Death Mountain, but I guess this is still a bit faster.
Yeah, but I think activating the flute this early in the game still saves him more time in the long run. But he might plan to just activate it as soon as he goes to check the Hammerbed Cave.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll be finding the powder soon enough as well.
Actually, checking the pedestal made sense at this point, now that I think about it, since he goes up, and so he can decide if he wants to kill Modom or not, and like can leave him be without, you know, having that in the back of his mind. So needs to be a little bit careful here. Only one heart left.
Yeah, wisely probably refilling his health. I mean, taking a death after you've saved him is not too bad, but it's not too great either.
Then Chrouya's gonna get spin speed, so he can just like walk out of bounds here and then head up into Tower of Hera. And start clearing that as well, to find his powder and his red meringue. Whereas Chrouya does the Super Bunny Cave, so both runners doing the same checks the other guy already did. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this looks like Eastern Palace.
Yeah, I would be surprised if we saw anything else at this point. Unless we're going to see our mushroom turned in or something. But
oh yeah, that's a possibility as well. That's true. So what route would you take after the checks now?
I would probably activate the flute dupe powder and then turn in the mushroom. Oh no, Fouton takes a fall. That's pretty rough.
That looked kind of as it would work on my end, but maybe it was like off a pixel or like a little bit too fast. Yeah, so gladly for him, there's nothing of value upstairs left. It's only the red boomerang. Which he already got?
No, he didn't get it, I think.
Alright.
But it will probably weigh on his mind for a little bit. But yeah, he was probably too low, even though he bonks. It is a pretty lenient setup, but sometimes it's... Yeah.
Only a hard piece from the mushroom turn in there on Chrouya's side.
Oh, we're gonna see Graveyard Ledge now, actually.
Or maybe King's Tomb? They could do that as well from this position. But I guess that like you would want to check the Graveyard Ledge first if you do this, since that's in logic and King's Tomb is not.
Oh no, he got the auto walk. Yeah, it's a pretty nasty setup in my opinion. It's not that easy.
Yeah, it's not the easiest, and we get a bunch of bottles here in the back of Circle as that.
Yeah, putting neon signs, please. Go to the Sicket.
And Fouton's still neglecting that flute activation there.
Maybe it's just a matter of pride. We also haven't seen the shovel yet, have we?
I think that's correct.
Man, all these fetch quests.
Yeah, Fouton got all of them already, which is just funny.
Alright, we're gonna see an activation.
Let's see what Chrouya finds in Eastern Palace. Big 20 so far, so that's the first item. Yeah. So only 2 items left here, and then we still have the dig spot and the Graveyard Ledge open. I think that's about it.
Yeah.
And then we should either find the Moon Pearl or I guess Mire is an option, or the gloves.
Yeah, glove would unlock Checkerboard Cave. But Mire would unlock a couple of things.
Yeah, so I personally hope to see the Mire, so we can see some more like crazy stuff. Fouton accidentally talking to the witch again. Gets his heart piece from the mushroom turn-in.
Oh, I'm clipping to Eastern from here.
Yeah, that's probably faster than fluting and then go all the way up to Social again, if you can do it fast enough. It's a little bit wonky since you have to like unstuck yourself from the wall up there. But gets it done on the second try, which is pretty good, but decides to skip out on Social for now.
I guess that makes sense, because Eastern is a green pennant and you'll be able to do all this house flat check in one go.
Yeah, I guess that's a valid decision. So I think, oh, there's the glove upgrade.
Okay, lock behind the lamp.
So we might have lamp in the digging spot or in Graveyard Ledge actually. Maybe, possibly. Chrouya got the key here in the, I'd say, more difficult dark room in Eastern Palace.
Yeah, without
And also,
the fire swords.
Yeah, and also noteworthy that dark rooms are never required in this mode. So these don't count as overworld glitches. So what Chrouya is doing right now is also a sequence break. But yeah, at this point it makes sense if you have the bow and you can just clear it. The green pennant turn is like right around the corner, so you might as well just do that real quick. Also, Amos has another item, I think, pretty sure. So yeah.
I think so, yeah.
So yeah, you really don't want to skip out on 2 items that are like literally right next to you. Who misses an arrow on the quick strats here on Amos.
Yeah, it takes few more seconds, but okay, there wasn't an item. I completely miscounted. But still, for a Sahasrarla's item, it's probably worth it.
Yeah, it's totally worth it, I guess. So, I wonder what Chrouya's gonna decide to do if he's, you know, confirming that Graveyard Ledge or Digging Spot has the lamp, or if he's gonna search for like glove lock locations. I think there's pretty much only Checkerboard Cave, right?
Yeah, there's definitely only Checkerboard Cave.
He gets the
Must-
Masters out though.
What are we gonna see from Chrouya here? Did he not check Bambo's tablet?
I think he did not. And he might do that and combine it with the Checkerboard Cave now that he got the glove upgrade.
Maybe he wanted to repeat Zora. That's still in logic as well.
Did we not see that yet?
We haven't seen Zora himself. Just a ledge.
So I wonder if you can get to the Pyramid Ledge without the mirror, since Moonpearl might be on that, and we might have to do Aga, I guess, if there's no way.
That would be really crazy. Alright, well, our options are running out.
I kind of want to take back what I just said. So that, I know, but Chrouya doesn't do the Checkerboard Cave, or at least not from this side.
Doing powder, okay. Maybe activating the flute after that. And doing sick hit as well, actually.
Oh yeah, that's true. He got the bottles, which Fouton didn't have when he was over at Kakariko Village.
So yeah, both the routing may end up working out, because with the flute it's easy checking.
I think Chrouya doesn't have the flute, actually. Where did we pick that up?
Oh, he never did Ice Shot Cave. Ah, I'm really good at this. Oh, that's kind of awkward.
So yeah, Fouton is also gonna, Fouton is gonna check the sick kid first. Or lazy kid, as some people wanna call it. And Chrouya's gonna follow suit and do the exact same. Fouton looks like he's heading to the checkerboard caves, gonna do a downward teleport on this ledge, and then just hop down to the checkerboard cave.
Wow, just stone cold nothing. We have 2 locations left at this point.
So it's King Zora and the Graveyard Ledge?
Yeah.
Alright, so which location do you think will be the great prize, I guess?
Probably Graveyard Ledge, just for the rubbins.
Alright. I'm gonna go with Zora then, I guess, since we cannot say the same. Yeah,
Zora
Chrouya's
would be
gonna...
rubbins as well.
Yeah, and Chrouya's gonna gather some rupees here. Fouton messes up the Graveyard Ledge clip again. It's really difficult in my opinion. It's probably like one of the harder clips in this mode.
Yeah, I practiced it a bit and I got it once, so that was not a good. It was not a good feeling. I'm happy every single time I find the mirror. There we go. Third tries the charm.
When it gets the mirror, that's interesting, since that opens up a lot of locations in the Dark World, which we can check now, where Moonpearl might hide.
Yeah, we have Mimic Cave, a bit of Turtle Rock,
Pyramid Ferry, the Pyramid Ledge. We have some stuff in Village of Outcasts,
yeah,
namely
and
the
Skullwoods.
Sea House and Treasure Chest game. Yeah, the front of Skywoods is also available, that's correct. And yeah, it looks like Fouton is gonna head to the Pyramid Ferry, it seems.
Yeah.
So what you want to do is like drop down a mirror portal at this point after you did like I guess the start of the Hera clip, but instead of going into Hera, you just hop down and hop into the Dark World portal, and then keep going down until you're like, it seems like you're back in bounds, but you are not actually, and then you drop the portal, and what it actually does is drop your mirror portal in front of Hyrule Castle, where Fouton is headed now, and then you like hop into the portal at a specific point, and then it will put you into the Pyramid Ferry Cave. And then you can just like check the 2 items as a bunny. But it got nothing this time. You can also safely like clip out there as well, and then continue to check the Pyramid Ledge.
Stone cold nothing. Chrouya, meanwhile, found some rupees and picked up the flute, and we'll be heading over to Zora right now. So I'm not sure if Fouton is going to the east of Mountain now, or
I think it's gonna be the T-Rock play, or like Mimic Cave and all that.
yeah, it looks like it.
And he could go to Zora from here, but he still does not have enough rupees. So yeah, that looks like the T-Rock play.
Just a small refund from Zora himself. So it does look like Graveyard Ledge was the only possible solution. So what Fouton's going to do here is he's going to stand on a specific spot that will unlock a small ledge, and then he's going to warp back standing a little bit lower so he can clip through the ledge once he's back into the Dark World. And that way he'll be able to access Turtle Rock and Mimic Cave.
And Chrouya also messing up the graveyard ledge clip there. But yeah, as we said, it's quite difficult compared to all the other clips, so it happens.
Yeah, as easy as some of the things might seem, they're actually pretty tough. I think the problem is that Chrouya goes into the ledge from the bottom instead of from the side.
I think if you do it correctly, it also works. But you have to be on a specific pixel, and if you walk down on the ledge, you always get that pixel automatically. See, that worked as well. And you can also, check the pixel when you are close to the ledge there, or close to clipping through. But yeah, it's kind of easier if you just align yourself with the slope and just walk downwards on that.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. Learn something new every day. Secretly,
Yeah,
I just hope that I never have to do it.
So what Fouton just did is he entered T-Rock as a bunny, and if you die in a dungeon as the bunny, the game will put you into the normal link state after you revived. So he can now clear parts of Turtle Rock depending on the key layout, but I actually think he can do most of it except Shrine X and the right side in the beginning if he uses his keys in a clever way.
Yeah. It can happen that you get key locked in the middle, that the lava chest hasn't, and both the lava chest and the charms chest have an item. But you could mirror wrap from into the back of Turtle Rock and get a key from there.
Yeah, but you can't do that as a bunny. So what I think you want to do is pick up the key from the pokey in front of the vanilla big key chest and then head up to the front. So you can for sure open the door between this pokey room and the chain jump room, and then get at least that one chest down here.
Right. I guess.
Also, to answer
the logic doesn't expect that from you, though, right?
I'm not sure. Probably not. So to answer the question in chat, it's not a dungeon glitch. It's also not an overworld glitch. It's a minor glitch. So you can do that even in regular rando, but it only really applies to Ice Palace in there. But it's never in logic. So.
Alright, so Mimic Cave and Turtle Rock ended up being nothing either, so we're going to have to do a clip to the north loop of the Dark World. So Bunny Death Mountain Descent.
Okay, and that's a pretty fun one I just learned recently, where you drop down a mirror portal here, beside that bridge, and then go into a specific pixel, and then after that you can just jump down, and then it will auto-walk you off the mountain. I think it will auto-walk you.
As to Bunny, I don't think it does. This one doesn't. I think you just end up on a ledge, and then you have to hop down.
Alright. My god, this is still pretty cool. And yeah, with that you can check the front half of Skullwoods with the exact same glitch we just saw him do for T-Rock. You just enter Skullwoods and then die, and it will revive you as a bunny. I like what
Yep.
Chrouya's attempting to do there. So if you transition screens and drink a blue potion in the exact same frame, you can activate a flute menu, and now he flutes to the Kakariko village. And I'm pretty sure if he transitions screens, he will be in the Dark World. So yeah, now he's kind of in the Dark World, although it looks kind of funny. And now he can just like go back down or like go into Skywoods and yeah, check the front of Skywoods as well. Saved a little bit of time over Fouton there.
Yeah, just at the cost of a potion. But
Yeah, I think you're in the fake light world when you do that, but I'm not 100% sure.
yeah, this goes beyond my scope of Overworld glitches knowledge mostly. I kind of know how like that it works, but yeah, I'm not sure why.
Yeah, it's kind of the same for me. Like I know it exists and how you do it, but like the technical background is like not known to me. But yeah, it's still pretty cool, and you can save a couple of time with that, as we can see now.
Yeah, Fouton did check Bumper Cave, and he won't be able to get that right now without the Moon Pearl. But he did find that his third sword was up there, so he'll probably get that once he finds the Moon Pearl.
Actually, a fun fact about doing the Dungeon Bunny revival in Skywoods is if you leave Skywoods and you are like in the overworld, I think it only really counts in the Skywoods area. You still don't revert to a bunny, so you can still like run around as Link, or in this case, Ouija.
Oh, that's pretty crazy. I did not actually realize that they were that they turned back into or that they didn't turn back into a bunny.
And this way you can also check the back of Skywoods if you have the fire rod, but I think it's not in logic. I'm pretty sure it's not in logic.
Crazy stuff.
So it really looks like Sea House or the treasure chest game in Village of Outcasts has our Moon Pearl. Or maybe another progression item. I think there's not really much left at this point. Maybe the Fire Rod or Bomber's Tablet to get into Ice Palace?
Yeah, could be. No, because we would need the mitts for that.
Oh, yeah. Maybe they find both.
And then they would have to find the lamp, because Clove was locked behind the lamp. It could be that.
Yeah, correct.
It could be that lamp is here, and then the mitts are on Lamb Molas.
So what Fouton is trying to do here is enter the house and press the mirror at the exact same frame. So that way he can still open chests as a bunny. That also works in the Mire shed. And you can do that in like regular random modes. But again, that's not in logic, but it's still doable.
And there it is. The literal last location.
So Fouton at this point is probably not feeling too happy about it.
Yeah, probably, but
maybe also not too unhappy considering like what they had to do to get that.
I would not be surprised if this is the kind of seed that he would want to see, considering his knowledge about overworld glitches and the likes.
Yeah, I think it's really unlucky that he didn't like get the Graveyard Ledge clip on his first try. Like he tried to get there very early and then like got stuck and had to save and quit, and then went up some other way, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, with the hammer in hand and like I think decent equipment, he's happy to just like hop straight into the Thieves Town at this point. And it's also crystal, so that makes a lot of sense. Just clear it while you can.
Yeah, like not full clearing this doesn't cost anything over not full clearing it, so this makes a lot of sense. But now that he has found the Moon Pearl, the whole Dark World is open to him.
And I wonder if you will grab his like third sword up there, and like maybe check the King's Tomb, or if he's just gonna, you know, leave it be for now and check like the Southern Dark World first.
Oh, nice God Pixel in the hallway. Chrouya, meanwhile, follows in Fouton's footsteps in the Turtle Rock plane. Kind of a shame that he did not find the Moon Pearl when he was in the Skullwoods area. I do hope he knows that Sea House and the likes are in logic.
Well, I think like from what we've seen him do so far, like he probably knows that. Like I would be surprised. But yeah, you never know. I think like a couple of people that entered in this tournament like just picked that up, like doing Overworld glitches for this tournament, so they are relatively new to this. So you never know like what people learned already and what they did not.
Yeah, I mean that's me basically.
Yeah, but yeah, I think doing T-Rock is certainly not a wrong decision at this point. Since you can check a couple of chests, you might find the big key and, you know, be able to progress further.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we know that the big key in T-Rock is fire rod locked on the right side in the like entrance section, so can only check, what is it, like 3 chests in here, and then has to leave again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, meanwhile,
go ahead.
Meanwhile, Fouton just like really quickly cleared Thieves Town, is already in his blind fight. So he did pretty good work off Thieves Town.
Yeah, he really made short work of the dungeon. Clean execution throughout. Taking a few hits in blind, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah, only goes off script on the last hit, so that's still pretty good. But I think he found nothing in here, so we have to wait and see where the next progression piece like rests.
Yeah, it could be anywhere at this point.
Alright, so looks like he's not gonna pick up his next sword upgrade.
Yeah, probably just doing the south loop. Not sure if he ends up at Hype Cave or in the Mire area. We'll see about that.
I think there's like both options are, you know, okay. Really depending on your personal preferences. Like I've seen people hop into Hype Cave real quick and then continue like the Maya area. I've also seen people do it the other way around. Well, I think in this case it might be more interesting to do like the Maya area first, since you can continue towards the Palace of Darkness area after that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, it seems like that's exactly what Fouton is gonna do. And Chrouya on the other... Oh no, he's going back up to Village of Outcasts. Maybe do something else I've never seen?
Okay, well that probably was not intentional. I'm not sure what his idea was though. I know he has some weird raps and clips that I don't know about, but...
And Chrouya's gonna pick up another blue potion to probably do another fake flute again at a later point in time. Gonna hop over to 8 into Ice Road Cave, probably set up a water walk, and then let's see where his journey goes.
Alright, Hype Cave. Half magic, that's pretty good. Fire is really good.
So I think that's not too bad, considering that unlocked the back part of Skywoods and also the pretty much a lot of T-Rock, or like put at least Laser Bridge into logic as well, and the right side on the front part.
Yeah, what's most interesting to me is that you could theoretically full clear Ganon's tower right now. Not everything is in logic without the hook shot, but you could do the entire basement with a series of bomb jumps.
Could also go into Ice Palace at this point, but he probably doesn't want to since it's a pendant. But GT is actually a good point, at least like the entire basement, if he knows the bomb jumps to go around the left side. Chrouya's gonna do another fake flute.
Oh no, he drank one.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's like the risk of doing this. And he has no means to like lose another heart or like magic at this position, so I think all he can really do at this point is save and quit.
Oh, this is rough.
Yeah, so that's like the risk of going with that, is if you press the like Y button too early and drink your potion before doing the screen transition, you just lose it and like you cannot get it back.
He still can't drink it now though, right?
I don't think so. It looks like he goes for the like regular descent there.
Okay, so he does now, so yeah. That's good at least. Not that he's going to be stuck with no money and stuff. This does take a little bit longer, but at least he'll get there. So yeah, it looks like Fouton has a sizable lead right now. Been finding the moon pearl quite a bit earlier. But with how much of the world is open, it's still
pretty much anyone's game at this point.
Yeah. Fouton going for hammer jump, using select buffers.
Oh, but he has to be careful since he doesn't have a small key to get back out of this room, so I don't think that's a good idea. Since he has to mirror out and then go back to the, back portion of the dungeon.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, I've run into that trap a couple of times, and after that I always made sure I have a small key when doing this. So I'm not sure if he had the big key. Was he able to check the big chest?
I think so, yeah.
Alright. Would have really surprised me otherwise. So I've not seen what that was.
Yeah, so realization will set in.
In like 10 seconds, yeah.
Yeah.
Chrouya getting his cape out of the C-shaped house. We'll head over to the treasure chest game and also pick up the moon pearl as his last possible location.
Yeah, then probably following into Chrouya's into Fouton's footsteps.
Oh, he's actually doing the other setup where he gets hit as like at the same time he enters the house. That does like the exact same that mirroring does, but it's easier since it's not like frame perfect. Oh, maybe it's not. Probably didn't get it. I think you have to get damaged. I don't know if the thief damages you, but I might be wrong on that one.
That's to be careful. He only has a few rupees left.
Oh yeah, he still needs to pay the guy inside. That's true. Uh-oh. Yeah, so the blue guard works, so that's cool.
Alright, he got it. We're in there. So we're back to an even battlefield.
And Fouton is probably gonna head up to Skywoods using the classical way to get into the Dark World.
And it always feels kind of bad in Overworld glitches that you can enter the Dark World normally again at some point.
Yeah, but you also don't want to do like the Death Mountain descent like a million times. That also feels kind of bad after, you know, the 5th time.
Yeah. Always wondering, oh, I really hope my opponent hasn't found the hammer yet.
But in this case, you can be pretty sure that your opponent found the hammer already, so...
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like you said, Fouton got stuck in the maze, and just saving quid instead of mirroring out. So there are still a couple of items that he hasn't found. So you might have to come to pot back to pot later.
He will definitely go back since it's a crystal. I'm surprised actually that he didn't mirror out and then like do the rest of the dungeon. But maybe he's not comfortable with the dark rooms in there, like the turtle room and all that.
Yeah, turtle room is definitely a lot trickier than it seems.
He had the fire rod at this point, but yeah. I mean, it's probably better to just leave for now if you're like not safe doing that. So Chrouya getting the God Pixel, but also getting a little bit unlucky with the Patrick Stars in there.
Yeah, they get it again on the second dash, so that was really nice. Still gets through it on decent pace. And relatively clean mob fight. Getting 20 rupees.
That's the second item in Skywoods on Fouton's side.
Yeah.
So I think at this point he will most likely get his next sword upgrade, do the King's Tomb, and then... Oh, maybe not. Alright. Makes a lie out of me.
They like proving us wrong. So, I guess we'll see the Mire area now. Have we seen Stumpy?
I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. Probably not if he goes this way, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but it's just 10 arrows. And off to the Mire area we go. Yeah, so this glitch looks kind of funny. So what the game tries to do there is like load the rain state animation, which is like usually present in the Mire area, but we still have the other palette from like the Dark World Overworld. So there's not really a rain animation in that, and this is why the screen looks kind of funny and messed up in there. And you will see when he goes like back into his mirror portal, then the like rain animation will be back to normal since we reset the palette. But yeah, Chrouya is actually deciding to pick up his sword upgrade on the bumper ledge.
Yeah, we'll definitely make a couple of fights a lot easier. Fouton finishing off Lamo, we'll get a second item from there.
Yeah, we'll probably then continue and, you know, find out what the Mire medallion is. Hop into the Mire shed if we haven't seen that yet. Which I'm pretty sure we have not.
No.
It's also technically able to full clear Misery Mire if he is confident with the dark rooms in there.
And gets his third crystal already, so that's nice.
So what do we need for Go mode at this point? It's pretty much only Ice Roll and Hookshot, I guess.
And Flippers.
Oh yeah,
crystal this time.
Alright.
And maybe... No, okay, we got Quake.
To answer the question, Chad, Aga is almost never needed. It's really only needed, I think, if there's an item on Lumberjack Cave, or if the Moon Pearl is on the Pyramid Ledge and you don't have a means to get there without the Moon Pearl. Which is, by my knowledge, only the mirror that can enable that.
Yeah, I wouldn't know of any other way.
So it's really, really rare to have a Aga seed in Overworld glitches.
Looks like Chrouya is also trying to get to the Mire area.
And let's see if Fouton feels more confident with these dark rooms than he does with the Palace of Darkness ones. Or maybe he had another reason to get out of pot early.
Whoa, the distortion is really bad on Chrouya's side there.
Yeah, like sometimes it's way worse than like on other times. No idea what causes it though.
Mire can be a pretty tricky place with only 10 hearts.
Yup, that's true. It's like, I personally think the dark room is always one of the scariest ones, if not the scariest one. Especially with the first room, where the fireball shooters shoot at you. You kind of try to find that spot with the switch. I mean, there's a couple of setups for that. I'm pretty sure Fouton knows at least one of them. But yeah. We'll have to see, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes a couple of tries to get into it.
Gets a small key out of that chest, and that means if we haven't found the big key yet, that it's gonna be in the vanilla big key location.
Yeah, nice bit of knowledge. Yeah, after Mire, we really don't have that much left. A couple of locations on Death Mountain, Catfish, Hammer Pegs, King's Tomb.
Yeah, parts of T-Rock that we weren't able to check earlier without the fire rod. I think that's about it. Like the rest of the pod, if you didn't mention that.
Right, the rest of the pod as well, yeah. Yeah, you would think that they would go to Ganon's Tower pretty soon.
Yeah, I also think in this mode, it's kind of funny how you know, like initially you would like to think that these seeds go way faster than like regular seeds, since you can go everywhere in like pretty short amount of time. But simultaneously, you also have to check like way more locations on the way to get to other places. So it's kind of evens out. And also there's more troll potential in my opinion, since items can be like way like really far from each other and can make you backtrack a lot.
Yeah, since Moonpearl can be in chest game.
Yeah, that's kind of like the stuff about this mode that makes it, sometimes a little bit longer than regular seeds, sometimes way shorter. It really depends. It's kind of like regular seeds on average, though. Fouton trying to find the switch there in the dark, was able to pick up the pod. Slight trouble with that, but gets... Oh, I thought he had it.
Yeah, those needs to be careful. Okay, that's always.
Yeah, so that helps a lot. Knowing you have to do the Maya Dark Room, like, is a good idea. Or is like a good sign to pick up pods beforehand.
That didn't work. Huh. I thought that would work.
Maybe he did not like align completely with the bottom wall. But usually what you can do, or what I found the easiest way to do this room is pick up the Somaria block, then walk like all the way to the bottom wall, walk a bit to the right, and then just throw it upwards. And then it will like always land on the switch if you are on the correct position. But yeah, Fouton decides to not try it any further, and yeah, Saving quits out of there. This looks like King's Tomb to me.
Yep.
Yeah, so what happens there, if you land in that specific spot and then do like a certain movement pattern, you can pick up that Dark Rock without having the mids for some reason, and then enter King's Tomb.
You magically gain super strength.
Yeah, exactly. But it's also, like without the mirror, it's like without the usual means, I guess is yeah, what you can say. It's not in logic, but since we have Dark World access and have the mirror and like technically can go there, it's in logic, but it's still way faster to check it this way.
Yeah, I suppose he still hops into the Dark World here to pick up his sword. I'm not sure what else he has to do here. Chrouya's in Mire as well. Blazing through it. Let's see if he goes for the Dark Rooms in a bit as well. They're rarely seen lower path in Skullwoods.
I think I've never seen someone run this way, although I wonder if that's actually faster to go to Bumper Cave instead of just like going all the way around. Or maybe it is actually in this case, since he doesn't have the mids.
Yeah.
But yeah, with mids, I'm not 100% sure what's faster to do. I would be really surprised if we don't see GT or the rest of T-Rock at this point. On Fouton's side, while Chrouya's still in Misery Mire. I think he found his big key just now.
The worst part about no hook shot, getting destroyed by the boulders every single time.
Yeah, so for some people it's a little bit easier to do the spin speed with like the spin setup, I guess, and I think it's actually called super speed. But yeah, so for some people it's easier to do it with the sword and the spin setup, and for others it's easier to do with the hook shot. And it's kind of really only preference. And yeah, since we don't have the hook shot this time, we gotta do it with the sword. So if you're like not confident in doing that, you might get bodied by these boulders, as Ari said. Like, it can get really, really bad.
Yeah, once it starts, it really doesn't stop. They just keep coming.
Yeah, but what you can do in that situation is go a little bit more to the left side and kind of reset the boulders on that part of the screen. Like that might help for for like the first 5 seconds until they start raining down again.
Yeah. Chrouya gets through the dark room. Gets through the second one. This
nice.
Almost might be the trickiest one with the moving spike back and forth. It's impossible to take no damage there. So don't quote me on that. It is technically possible, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's really hard to not take damage. Fouton, remembering he doesn't have the hook shot, has to go the long way around.
Every time I see someone do that, I'm like, oh right, that's true.
It's really easy to forget, because usually you have the hook shot, and also if you're like an NMG runner, you kind of go by muscle memory in this room at some point, and it really gets you. But
it really gets you.
But gladly they put this little like sideway on the top there, so you can still like change course pretty early if you mess it up.
Oh!
Speaking of the hook shot, so that's a pretty nice find for Fouton there. That means he can do all of GT without major trouble, I guess. Also puts left side GT into logic and the Moldom 2 chest.
Yep.
Also hookshot cave, like the 3 chests in the upper part.
That's an amazing find. So just flippers and ice shot away.
Yeah, Fouton is probably also hoping to find the lamp anytime soon, so he can do the Mire and Pod dark rooms more comfortably. I wouldn't be surprised if we find it in GT. I've seen that a lot of times.
Yeah, it does seem to happen, doesn't it?
Ooh, also, I like that he's doing the mirror rep at this point and not like traversing back in T-Rock.
Okay, you get to explain that one.
So what he did there is press the mirror at the same frame he transitioned, and again, I don't know the exact technical details, but the screen kind of or like the game puts you in kind of a weird position, so that if you transition afterwards, which we did, like by going to the right transition again, it kind of wraps you around, and it will stop you as soon as you get on like solid ground again, where Link can stand, which is at this position quite nicely that back entrance, like the little what is it, like alcove or something, where the back entrance is for T-Rock, and then we can just like comfortably go in and bump open the entrance from like the outside and check Laser Bridge real quick, which is quite convenient instead of just like traversing through all of T-Rock again.
Yeah, the only tricky part is that it is really hard to get to the switch rotor room, the one right before the dark room.
Yeah. I think he kind of isolated that one.
Yeah, he seems to mirror bunk here as well. So, okay. I think he did want to stay in the dark world there and maybe do a loop back to get to that one chest. But he might have to do that at a later point.
Yeah, maybe. Also, I don't know if you can do like the ledge jump at like on this exact ledge, or if he just was like experimenting around.
Yeah, there's only one way to find out, right?
So I guess
GT.
Yeah. Oh, but he messes up a little bit, gets his head taken off kind of, and has to save and quit and do that again. So I guess he was like off a pixel or two, and that like throws him diagonal through the screen and doesn't put him where he wanted to be. So he has to redo that. And it happened again, so that's kind of annoying on his part, I think. Yeah, meanwhile we see Chrouya going through Palace of Darkness. Probably gonna finish this one as well, as we saw that he didn't really have much trouble with the Misery Mire dark rooms.
Yeah, he's been catching up quite a bit after the initial setback with the Moon Pearl.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much really, you know, thanks to him knowing the dark rooms. I think that put Fouton back a little bit.
Yeah, it doesn't help that they are definitely the two most difficult dark rooms in the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Like, apart from Agar Tower, which is actually not too bad with the fire rod if you know where the torches are located. But yeah, apart from that, these are by far the most difficult ones.
This is lovely on Fouton's part.
Yeah, I love doing that. I like how the camera doesn't like revert back to normal in this case.
I had no idea.
Neither did I, but now we know. And he got the setup to get into GT at this point. And he's gonna start heading down on the right side.
I was about to say there's 22 locations in Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, we cannot play this game in this mode, since the big key doesn't really matter as much, since you will most of the time be clearing GT anyways in search for an item. Which in this case is probably the Ice Rod and Flippers.
So this is a sweet minor glitch on Fouton's part. If you do an action while having the cape active, like slashing a sword or holding a wall, your magic doesn't drain. So even though he barely has any magic, he'll be able to just wait out this tile room and not have any worries until he releases the wall. Okay. Well, that's pretty sweet.
I was just about to say, like, you will most likely see tile room a lot more in this mode than in the regular mode. Although it still feels really bad to do it, and some people might skip it, but I think Fouton is really happy that he did not skip it. Since this means he can enter Swamp Palace now and full clear that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, technically, he only needs the ice rod right now, and that could be anywhere. That's the issue. But on the other hand,
I think it's even worse in this mode. And what Fouton really doesn't want to see right now is the Titan mids, because that means Ice Palace will be in logic as well.
Yep.
And like another possible location for the ice rod.
Sweet stun drop, by the way.
And we see Chrouya meanwhile navigating through the dark maze, got the bottom right chests, continues to the big chests, and gets it done with seemingly no problem at all.
Yeah.
Mire's back, and then yeah, I think. Yeah, I think
the
he
last one
only.
was on Laser Bridge.
Oh yeah, you're right. And is heading towards the Hammersaw King. So I guess he has to feel confident, unless he would not like start his journey to the back part of that dungeon. So
yeah, he's been tearing through the dark rooms. So yeah, Fouton will have to double dip a couple of dungeons. But he does have more items than Chrouya at this point, so it's just a matter of catching up. It's kind of interesting to see like which advantage matters more at this point.
yeah, and I personally don't know which is like the greater advantage. Like for all we know, Chrouya might find the Ice Rod and Hammersaw King, and then like does not need to clear the basement of GT and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
So, if you were like both of these runners, would you feel ahead or behind at this point?
I don't think you ever feel ahead when you basically have your last location be the Moon Pearl. You probably feel like you're even. And with Chrouya, I would feel behind because it took me so many tries to actually get to the chess game. And as Fouton, you would feel behind because you filled two dark rooms, and we'll have to double back on that one.
Yeah, I agree with that one. I also think that both runners at this point feel behind, although I think they are not too far apart.
Yeah, it probably evened out quite a bit at this point.
Yeah, I would give like
pros and cons.
Yeah, I would give Fouton like a slight advantage, but only like a couple of minutes maybe. So still something Chrouya can catch up to.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, Chrouya makes it through the pod dark rooms, so that's very impressive stuff right there.
Yeah, without using the fire rod even. Oh boy.
Yeah, that's... Oh, Fouton forgot about the big chest there, didn't he?
No.
Or did he check that before that?
He checked those before.
Alright. But yeah, Lamp and GT, that's stuff you only see in this mode.
Yeah, and no glitches logic. There are 3 dungeons which have dark rooms, so they require the lamp to get through. But considering you don't need all 7 crystals to get into Ganon's Tower and Overworld glitches, the lamp could be hiding right here.
I think Lamp can be pretty much anywhere in Overworld glitches, as well as the Ice Rod. There's almost like very few places, like a handful of places where the lamp cannot be. I mean, really depending on the seed as well, I guess. Since we
Yeah.
technically still did not have gloves at this point.
Yep. Gloves just got into logic.
Which is kind of funny since we had them for like an hour already.
Yeah. Okay, Chrouya is also following Fouton here.
But doesn't have the hook shot, so this clip is a little bit harder since he cannot just hold the sword and have like spin speed going on. So he has to manually clip into this ledge, but gets it done as well. So nice job on this side, on his side, but he has to come back into GT at a later point, unless he is able to hover, which I don't know about.
I don't think so, but I could be wrong. Alright, Chrouya also just immediately going to Taru. So they really will be on pretty equal footing.
Yeah, but Chrouya really needs to find the hookshot after this, so he can get into Swamp Palace and clear that. Like, he really does not want to dip into Swamp Palace only to come back.
I would be surprised if he doesn't go into Turtle Rock at some point though. With the fire out, you can get a nice couple of items.
Yeah, so I think at this point, like, although Chrouya doesn't know that, he hopes that Ice Sword is somewhere in Swamp. And Fouton really hopes to find it along the way here. Or maybe not even in Swamp. Maybe Chrouya does want it to be even in like Ice Palace or some weird place. Really depends on where Fouton goes next. I think, like, he still has to clear two Dark Room dungeons. So he might do that before going into Swamp Palace, since Swamp Palace also like not a dungeon people prefer to do.
Yeah. Yeah, Chrouya will take a little bit longer to get through the west side. Purely because he has to wait for the bomb explosions and all that, instead of going for everything quickly with the hook shot.
Meanwhile, Fouton made quick work of the gauntlet here in GT.
Yeah, it was really clean.
And again, although we are able to do GT without actually having all these 7 crystals, we still cannot defeat Ganon, because he cannot be hurt in phase 4 if you don't have all 7 crystals.
He'll just laugh in your face.
Yeah, so they pretty much just clear this place, or Fouton does, since he's already here. So, and he doesn't need to come back later then. That's like pretty much the only reason we do this right now.
Yeah, it's efficient. It's 27 different chests. So there really is no downside to this place. You have to do it anyway.
Yeah, I think we're also still looking for like an item, so that's also a reason, I guess. Probably having some bad luck with this Star Force down there.
Yeah, you need to be careful. Oh boy. Having to use potion here is just kind of bad. Oh, he's trying to bomb jump over.
Yeah. Although he could just bonk against the left side block and then just hold down. I think that works, pretty sure.
Yeah, that definitely works.
It looks kind of close, but it's the same as in like the entrance island or whatever you want to call it.
Oh man, that spike is ruining him.
He's not giving up, so...
Beats the double.
All these blue balls. That's annoying every time.
Yeah. Sweet foresight. Okay, Chrouya makes it. Quickly go through that door so you don't fall again.
Alright, now Fouton has to make sure his muscle memory doesn't kick in and he doesn't like immediately jump down into the Ganon fight.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't be surprised if that happens to someone at some point. But I think Fouton is like experienced enough with the Overworld glitches that he knows not to do it.
Okay, there we go. Go straight to pod.
Crisis avoided. Alright.
Won't have to save and quit this time.
Unless he decides to hammer jump again, which he probably won't. But yeah. He will have a much easier time this time with the lamp in his hand.
Hammer jump's so nice, I want to do it twice.
Try getting the last bump jump here on the left side, which is required to do without the hookshot. So yeah, he will pick up his lamp and his gold sword at the end there after the ice armors fight as well.
Yeah, then he'll probably just do right side, just like Fouton, and then go and defeat Agate.
He cannot, since he doesn't have the hookshot yet.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but he will most likely go into T-Rock after this, or maybe clear Skywoods first.
Yeah, he still has to do that as well. Yeah, Skywoods and then going into Turtle Rock might seem like the best plays right now. Oh, wait, did Chrouya not do that?
Huh.
Oh, Chrouya does have the mitts. Okay. I guess we didn't see that because it's a progressive that doesn't show up when you pick it up.
Oh, does it not?
No. Apparently there was a race last year where both players did pod Dark Maze and found the mitts and they didn't realize it for like half an hour, if not longer.
That's actually funny. I did not know that. So is it like every progressive item?
I think it's just the mitts, but I'm not exactly sure about the details.
Anyway, that's an item we really don't want to see on their end, since that means Ice Palace is in logic now, and that might be where the Ice Drop is hiding as well.
Yep, for sure.
And Fouton at least also knows that this is in logic, since he picked up his lamp, and Chrouya knows it now as well, since he just picked up the lamp. So both players not too happy right now.
I wonder if Chrouya realized that he has the mitts.
Yeah, I'm not too sure either. But yeah, checking GT first definitely makes sense. Like, you really don't want to go into Ice Palace.
No.
Unless you really need to.
Okay. Chrouya has mitts on his tracker, so he does know.
Alright. So history does not repeat itself this time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so Chrouya needed to save and quit up there, still no hookshot. Has to go into T-Rock, like, really soon.
Oh, look at the lag on Helmasaur. Holding your sword out in Randomizer against Helmasaur. The amount of lag is just unbearable.
Yeah, he has a lot of rupees as well. It's I think the gold sword also adds a little bit of lag.
Yep.
Yeah. So do you think Chrouya at this point might slowly start getting nervous about the pedestals since he did not check that yet?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it is definitely
And now
on
he
the table
knows.
right now.
Yeah, now he knows that Ice Palace is in logic as well. Alright, so Fouton killing the Hammersaw King there. Heads over into the Dark World. Probably does the Smith route now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's 3 locations. And it does look like Chrouya is going into
T-Rock.
Okay,
Yeah, that. Yeah, he's not going to the front, but that's the way he needs to go.
Yeah.
Like he can go all the way back from this side. We saw that earlier, and then he can grab his hook shot. So he's not too far behind, considering Fouton still needs to do Misery Mire.
It's Misery Mire versus Skullwoods and the Gauntlet.
Yeah. I think Fouton also has like a handful more checks done in like the Overworld, like the Smiths now. But
yeah, Smiths. I'm not sure if Chrouya did check King's Tomb at some point. I don't think so. Maybe when he grabbed the sword.
I'm not sure. So did we see Fouton go into the back of Escape yet? Or like into Escape at all? I think we did not, right?
The front, yeah, but not the middle chest and the back.
Alright.
It's so easy to forget.
Oh yeah, right. He 7 quid out there, I think, and Chrouya did a death warp.
Oh, Chrouya did go to North Loop. It's so easy to forget.
Yeah, I don't know what to call it, the road of shame right there.
Yeah. I mean, the ironic part is that the hook shot is at the end of this, right?
Yeah.
Alright, big decision time. What is Fouton going to do? Finish off Mire.
Looks like he's setting up the recently found spooky action glitch.
I'm not sure if he was too far to the right. Maybe a pixel. But it should still work, I think.
Yeah, I think it really only matters on the up and down coordinate there. But I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, he'll be able to go straight to the back. So let's hope he doesn't like hit the first switch. Yeah. Like,
oh, and we actually saw the crystal spike roller room from Chrouya there, and it had a small key. And I guess Fouton figured that out, maybe because of the key placement after he finished the laser bridge checks.
Oh, that could be true, yeah.
Like if you finish laser bridge and you have 2 small keys left, oh no, actually 1, I think.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I know, I don't want to say false things, so I might stop at this point. So
I'm just wondering what he wanted to do after Laser Bridge down, why he wanted to skip down. Maybe to get the catfish, because we haven't seen that yet either.
yeah, we don't have much left at this point. It's really only Catfish, Swamp Palace, and Ice Palace, I think. Did we see Fouton turn in the purple chest?
Yeah, another piece of heart.
Alright.
Yeah, you're right. It's just those 2 dungeons and Catfish. We've actually seen everything else.
At this point, I really hope they like find it along the way in Swamp Palace. At least that's what I hope for the runners. Like, you don't want it to be an Ice Palace or on left side Swamp. That's just like the worst case scenario at this point.
Yeah, because then you get into scenarios where one person skips left side Swamp, and it's just bad feelings all around.
Yeah, we still had like enough troll with the Moon Pearl in Treasure Chest game at this point. Hook shot on right side TR is also not the nicest find. Yeah, so in my opinion, the seed actually was kind of rough already.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, we have to top it off with an Ice Rod Hunt.
Yeah.
Okay, so Fouton finished off the 2 dungeons that he had to double dip, part of the Misery Mire. So he only needs to finish Swamp Palace and Turtle Rock, but we'll have to see what he does first. Lack of escape.
Alright, looks like we go into Swamp, which is probably the most reasonable play at this point. Since it's a crystal, we need to do it anyway. So, yeah.
Yeah, the only question is how full Clary Fouton will decide to be.
Yeah, I think at this point, like if you're only missing one item, it really makes sense to just go straight to Argus. Like, only check the chests that are like on the way. As in, just skip the left side, and then if you don't find the Ice Rod, go back in and then check the left side.
Yeah, even if it's only one item though, like those are the questions, right? There's also always these different scenarios that seem to pop up. Chrouya having some nice snipes in the gauntlet. Only has 6 arrows left, but I guess he doesn't need them anymore. The rest of the game, he did everything that required arrows. Alright, first Chest of Swamp.
Not the Ice Rod. So that's
something
one,
on that side.
Yeah, it's at least one item already, so that does not feel too nice.
These 2 runners don't seem to be very lucky with their seeds, considering their last race also lasted over 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said earlier, overworld glitches can be pretty fast, considering you need less items usually. But sometimes the trolls are just bigger.
Yeah, it's really funny, like it can go so fast in like 1 hour, 20 minutes something, and then like seeds can last easily over 2 hours. I don't think these players did like many, bad decisions. So yeah, this is pretty much just given by the item layout of the seed that it takes so long.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I think it took like almost an hour to get the Moon Pearl, at least on Chrouya's part, and about like 50 minutes for Fouton to get it.
Nope.
So yeah, Chrouya finishing off Moldom 2 without any problems will continue his path towards Aga 2, which Fouton already did. So at this point, Chrouya is still a little bit behind. basically the backside of Skywoods. And yeah, all that Fouton has checked in Swamp has already.
Yeah, a couple of overworld checks that were locked behind the mids. But yeah, if you go by pure dungeons, it's just Skullwoods and yeah, this part of Swamp.
Still no Ice Rod.
Yeah, we've had 3 items so far. Oh,
So there's 2 items on the left side, or maybe Big Key and 1 item, but that's still technically 2 items.
yeah, it all depends on what's on Argus.
But yeah, at this point you really kind of have to feel bad, considering what all the items are. Like, not necessarily because you are doing bad, but just because the seed is like giving you, you know, the worst possible stuff.
Yeah.
Like, the only good part about that is that you know your opponent has to do the exact same, yeah, annoying things as well.
Well, that's 3 items.
Yeah.
We're getting our catfish check. This could be a turnaround.
Yeah, that's actually true. I think Fouton will not check Catfish before doing Swamp and Ice Palace. Like, especially not before doing Swamp. Like, the remaining 3 chests, so... You might be correct.
Oh, that's still pretty good. It's not turn race around good, but
Yeah,
it's some consolation prize.
It's a first step, I guess. That's kind of what you can say. Man, not sure if that's enough at this point.
I was about to say, Fouton, you have the big key. Alright, 2 items left. Yeah, I was about to say that. Aside from the Moon Brawl, the items weren't in such bad locations. I mean, Fire Rod was in Hype Cave. What else do you want? But if you consider that Flippers were in Tile Room in GT, it's like, okay, well, fine.
Yeah, some items were in like pretty bad locations. Both glove upgrades were locked behind the lamp, which was in vanilla Big Key spot in GT. And Hookshot being on like front of T-Rock right side.
Yeah, they were all just inconvenient locations, because the seed did seem to guide you to those locations earlier already.
Yeah, also the mirror and the graveyard ledge. It's. I mean, you can check it quite early, but it's not everyone's favorite check, I think.
Yeah.
Like, you can do it real quick and then just save and quit and continue, but like, I think only a few people do that.
It's never just convenient, and that seems like the entire seed. It's never convenient to do the things the seed expects you to do.
Yeah, that's correct.
Alright.
Huh.
It seems like it's nice.
Yup. I don't think we have anything left after ice, or like apart from ice.
Man,
I'm a bit sad that we don't. Yeah, I'm a bit sad to not see him with the mirror wrap. That's kind of understandable since he has done so much progress without saving and quitting yet at this point. And if you mess up the mirror wrap, you can soft lock and like lose all your progress. She's not even going to ice. Oh, he's checking Zora. I think he never did that.
Ah, yeah, that's true. I mean, he also never got the red boomerang, right? In Harrow. I'm not
Oh,
sure if he
yeah.
got that back of his mind.
Yeah, maybe. Well, that would be mean. Imagine if there was Ice Rod. So what is your guess gonna be? Which chest is it in Ice Palace?
Gold Stair.
Cold Stair? That's not a chest though.
It's a big fluffy chest.
Alright. I'm gonna go with the chest on the right side. That's like in the room where you need to hammer down the pegs under the, or like beside the rock you pick up.
I heard that people like to run past that chest.
Yeah, so that's my favorite chest recently. That's why I picked that one. So yeah, Chrouya's gonna head into Swamp Palace, will most likely full clear it as well. Fouton, as far as we know, is on the right track in Ice Palace to get his Ice Rod.
Yeah, I don't think anything else is left unchecked. And we have done Spike Cave.
There's one missing item on our tracker. The other ones would be Bombos and Ice Rod. And I think
Bombos was in the swamp.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, pretty sure. It was in the self-loop chest.
Oh, alright. So then it's only Ice Rod left that we don't know about. So that's, yeah, I'm like 99% sure that's in here. What did I say? Red cane? I mean blue cane, of course. Yeah, let's see if Fouton decides to go for the bomb jump.
Clean.
Chrouya getting his first chest here in Swamp Palace on the other side.
Yeah, great start finding the map.
Yeah, we'll pick up his map in here.
Just a burrito for on the way.
But yeah, I don't think these silver arrows will make the difference, sadly.
Yeah, I mean, trailing behind the whole dungeon is pretty rough. Alright, let's see what kind of routing we'll see in Ice Palace. Rando really never changes, does it?
No. But yeah, after Fouton finds the Ice Rod, the seed is pretty much over real quick, since we can just go immediately to Trinex with the Mirror Rep and then immediately do Ganon. So it's like maybe 5 minutes after he finds it.
Yeah, something like that. It'll be a save and quit to Death Mountain, and I'm not sure if there is a real quick way to get to Ganon from Turtle Rock. If anyone knows, it will probably be Fouton.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay. I need to use that.
I've seen that a couple of times now, this bomb jump, but yeah, I don't think it's that much faster.
But it's so swaggy.
Yeah, I think you can go to Pod from T-Rock, actually. I've seen that earlier.
Yeah.
And then you can just like walk over to Ganon. I guess that works, but still not entirely sure if that's any faster than just saving and quitting.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Might be
Maybe if you
a
didn't
little
have
bit
the
faster.
hammer.
But yeah, we will see what Fouton decides to do. So that ice rod is hiding deep in Ice Palace.
Alright, here's your chest.
Fouton doesn't. I hope Fouton doesn't run past that as well. That would be a shame. Oh, remembers to check it.
It's direct rupee.
Well, it had an item at least, so.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's gonna be cold stare at this point?
I think so. Chrouya taken care of. Hargis at this point. We'll see if he decides to go back in.
So it's almost another last location check on Fouton's part. I think he really only has Catfish left. And the red boomerang in Tower Ferra.
Yeah.
So that cannot feel very good. But on the other hand, it's like these locations are so bad that you kind of expect that your opponent does the same stuff. Like you're not alone in that boat.
No, at some point you realize that your opponent's not done yet, and you're like, okay, we're probably doing the same thing.
Yeah, that's
it's in some dumb spot, isn't it? Alright. It's only 3.5 hearts though. Fouton does have to be careful. He has gold sword, but
yeah, but it's also on red mail and half magic and all that, and gets it done really nice.
yeah. And there we go.
Yeah, that doesn't even pick up the pendant. Just says and quit.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, but with that, after 2 hours actually and 2.5 minutes, Fouton is in go mode with his ice rod find there.
Yeah, no wonder Ice Palace is Ice Palace.
Yeah, and Chrouya sadly also decides to check the left side, although it's a good decision in my point.
Yeah, if there's 3 items left, I don't think there's a world in which you don't go into the left side.
Yeah. Like
I mean, you can
Yeah, go ahead.
You can go full metagame and think, okay, my opponent did it, and I just have to guess that it's not there. But yeah,
Then
not
you
sure
don't know
how
if-
much you can afford to do that.
Yeah, then you don't know if your opponent maybe tried to metagame you, and you know, it could go either way. So
yeah.
I guess you just want to check it and be on the safe side. Fouton presses the mirror too early there. Like he wants to press the mirror and do the screen transition on the exact same frame, which is kind of tricky. There's ways to align you with the bottom of the edge, for example, getting like blown into it with a bomb. But also it's like a little bit slower if you can do it optimally. But yeah, if you press the mirror too early, you just like warp into the light world and then you have to wait. But he gets it done. Now he transitions back and it puts him on the little thingy in front of Laser Bridge, and he can just conveniently walk in.
Yeah, and Chrouya still has to do the Smith stuff as well.
Oh no, that's correct. He didn't do that. Uh-oh.
I'm gonna enjoy watching the collection rates at the end.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like these guys won't be too happy considering their last sea was equally as bad as this one. I think at this point, Fouton has to know where these silvers are, since it's literally just Catfish left. Oh, and that one chest in Hera, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, he might hop down really quick and check Catfish, since it's literally just 10 seconds away.
I guess, but I think he feels behind enough. Then again, it might save more time than it costs. So that's a good point.
I mean, if you really only have 2 chests left, you might as well just try your luck, I guess. Decides not to do the Catfish, or maybe in some other way. I think we are going down Death Mountain to like the witch, like the Darkworld witch, and then go to the pyramid. Yeah. I guess that's probably the fastest way, actually.
That's pretty sweet. This is why I love watching those more experienced runners.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, I would have probably save and quit and then wasted a lot of time doing like the regular way.
Whoa, that looks trippy on the background.
Yup. I think there was like the water sprite from the Death Mountain palette, which is probably not available. So yeah, Chrouya deciding to do all the overworld checks that he has left. That also includes the Spy Cave, which only had a big 20. Whereas Fouton is already in phase 3 of the Ganon fight, only has to do 3 more hits and then 12 spins to advance into the next round, since he's already lost game 1 between these two guys.
Yeah, Fouton will be up against Ozipone in the next round, I believe.
Yeah, that's correct, I think.
I'm not sure how experienced Ozipone was with overworld glitches. I think he got into it a while ago as well, but... Ooh, Fouton missed torch glitch.
Yeah,
with half magic, it should be fine.
Yeah, just feels bad at this point, since you're already like not happy with how the seed went, and then you miss torch glitch. It wastes a lot of time and magic.
And if you start getting off sync like this, it's pretty bad.
He will be able to do 2 hits in this phase at least.
Yeah.
Oh, doesn't get the spin in this one. He has to be careful with his magic.
I'm not sure he still has a pot. He still has a pot left, I believe.
I think he used it earlier in the Mire Dark Room, didn't he?
Did he do that after Turtle Rock? Maybe, yeah. Always got a cave spin there.
Yeah, good choice to switch to the lamp there. Like, he could not have afforded another fire rod shot.
Yeah. Doesn't have much magic left for the lamp either, though.
I think he can do 2 more.
Oh, he only needed 1.
Alright.
Alright. Fouton finishes. Okay, let me check the time real quick.
It's 2 hours, 9 minutes, and 59 seconds is the official SRTV time. So yeah, pretty good stuff considering what the seed has given them.
Yeah, that was quite a trip.
And it seems like Fouton already joined us here. So yeah, I guess we don't really need to ask what you think about the seed.
That was special. I thought Overworld glitches would keep me away from those ice rod chases, but I guess not.
Rando stays rando, no matter what you play, I guess. Yeah, you've had a couple of last location checks, haven't you?
Yeah, last race I had a 181 collection, and we'll eventually get to it on stream, but this one's a 183, so they're kind of brutal.
Yeah, I was talking about how I was looking forward to seeing the collection rates on both your ends, but yeah, it wouldn't be pretty. So how did you feel about the start of the seed? It seemed like you got quite a few items.
Yeah, this one
In the
felt really
beginning.
good routing-wise, but unlike last time, I felt like my route wasn't so great because T-Rock had everything and I just kind of avoided it. Whereas this one, everything was where I wanted it to be. I just messed up the one graveyard clip early, so I didn't go back for a little bit, and that cost me some time without the mirror. And then I think overall I just wasn't playing as well as I normally do at the start of it, so I didn't feel too great about that. The routing of it I liked that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it did seem like routing wise you knew where you had to go. And yeah, I mean, aside from the ice rod, obviously, you found most of the stuff relatively quickly. Yeah, I guess you mostly had issues with the dark rooms on Problem with Mire.
Yeah. I thought, like, because I opened Mire and I was just like, oh no, there was a sword by Skull Woods and I just completely left it there. I need that for Vitreous, probably. And then I couldn't even make it to him because I couldn't figure out the dark room. So I'm glad I was able to get that before refighting him, but...
Yeah, actually, like doing the hammer jump in part and not being able to do the dark room misery Mire put you back a little bit.
Yeah.
But it was still enough to, like, keep your lead, I guess.
Yeah, I was sitting there mentally going, okay, well, there's 2 keys in the front of pod, so I don't have to worry about that. But I'd rather go from the front, because then I don't have to do the bonk strat to get back, hit the switch. But because I did it that way, I opened the door and I didn't have a key to leave the maze. And then I save and quit instead of mirroring. That was also a stupid choice. It didn't hurt me, fortunately, but that could have really backfired.
Yeah, you missed the mids, but on the other hand, you might not have realized that you would have had them at that point.
Oh yeah, that's true. The mids would have been useful for a couple of things. Going back to my earlier.
Right, yeah. But yeah, Ganon Star also ended up having some nice items.
Yeah, I was looking for that lamp for quite a while.
And then the Flippers in Tar Room, that was quite the shock as well.
Yeah, I just got it. I was like, oh, I can't go right. This is kind of annoying. And it means Swamp is available instead of my Go mode, so this is extra terrible.
But yeah, both your seats seem to be pretty horrible in that sense, considering two-hour plus seats, I think, by now.
Yeah, both of them just go. I think they're within 3 minutes of each other. My last one was 206 or so.
Yeah. So are these the kind of seats that you like seeing, considering your experience with Overworld glitches and the entire compendium that you're making?
I'm not too sure because I don't think my execution's that great. So once I get up to like, say, Chrouya, I'm just gonna get absolutely destroyed because they have similar knowledge and they just have so much execution. So when I go up against them, I kind of want an oddball case, but at the same time, I just kind of want a quick one to get kind of over with and hope that something trips them up. Says I don't really feel like I have a big advantage otherwise.
All right, yeah, that makes sense. But I guess Moon Pearl and Chest game, that's kind of... Those are nice things to see once in a while.
Speaking of future matchups, your next opponent will be Ozipone, so what do you think about that matchup? Do you look forward to it? Do you know much about your opponent? Like,
I've seen them a few times, and I think they were in my group stages in the first fall tournament, I believe. I don't think they were in my second fall tournament. They were in my path at some point, and we had a couple matches. I think we had a tiebreaker as well, so it was a lot of fun. Oh no, that was the second fall tournament. So yeah, I had a tiebreaker with him at some point. It was a lot of fun, but so I'm kind of looking forward to playing them again. But I don't know them well for Overworld glitches, so I'm not sure how that'll actually play out.
Yeah, I had the same thought when I saw his name. I didn't recognize him for Overworld glitches, but I know he's pretty skilled overall. So
Yeah, I
it
think
should
he
be a
made
good one.
it to the top 128.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah, so that'll be a tough matchup.
Yeah. Any other thoughts about the seed?
Not too many. It was a little more straightforward in terms of what glitches I needed to use, so it wasn't as fun. But I mean, when you're playing Overworld glitches, you get to do a lot of fun stuff anyway, so it's not a big deal. So overall, I had a lot of fun, and I'm getting sick of ice paths.
No wonder.
I personally think you were able to show off some cool like Overworld glitches, like the Zora to Death Mountain ascent. What else was in there? The Fat Fairy, in my opinion, is always a cool one. The Death Mountain descent as a bunny. Like all the stuff you don't see every seed, I guess. So I think that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm glad I got those ones on the first try or so, because my last race I didn't do too well on the Pyramid Fairy, and then because I had to zone out and into it a couple times to reset myself. But the Zora Death Mountain Ascent, I was practicing earlier today or yesterday, and I did very poorly. So I'm glad I fixed that before this one.
Yeah, especially that early game routing. That all seemed to work out really well. It was really awesome to see. Considering I don't personally know much about how early routing is supposed to work, it was pretty refreshing to see someone who seemed to have an idea.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't work out so well, but it came together that time.
Yeah, so pretty much, I guess at this point, what put you ahead by most is like finding the Moonpa a little bit earlier than Chrouya did, and also finding like all the items that were like hidden in the dark world is like also a little bit earlier. So do you think when you found the mirror in Graveyard Ledge, or like, how do I put it best? Let's say if you would have gotten the Graveyard Ledge clip this way on the first attempt, do you think you would have gone into Village of Outcasts earlier, or would it also have been like one of your last checks?
It still probably would have been. I might have gone into. Wait, do we have Canis Mari at that point? I think I would have gone to Turtle Rock first. I think.
You got it very early. I think it was at the Uncle location. I'm pretty sure.
So then, yeah, I would have probably done it about the same. Maybe I might have thought about skipping. Oh yeah, I probably would have skipped Turtle Rock. We didn't have Fire Rod at the time. Actually, wait. No, I went in there.
Fire Rod was hyping.
Yeah, I went in there anyway, so maybe I wouldn't have done anything too different. So it might have been the same case with or without the mirror. I just might have been able to do a couple different things on the way.
Alright, yeah, I was just wondering because I saw you getting stuck there on the first try, and then like later when there was the mirror in there, which I was actually hoping for, so we can get some like cool Moonpa location going on. So yeah, I was wondering if you would have done anything different.
He just jinxed you.
I mean, I just made the seed worse. I didn't really jinx him because everyone had a equally bad time, I guess.
We're getting a 7th crystal right now. We'll be heading towards Ganon right now.
Yeah, I wonder if he's gonna do the same route that Fouton just did, with like the Death Mountain to the Dark Witch descent, or if he's gonna choose another route.
That was pretty sweet. Did you consider going to Catfish to see if he had the silvers? Because I don't think you really had any other locations to go to. Maybe
I didn't really
one
think
chest in
about
Hera?
it at all. Yeah, there was one in Hera. I, for a brief moment, thought about the sewers one, and then I realized it was a key. But yeah, I think only Hera had something along with Catfish.
Yeah, you fell down on the bomb jump, I think, because you were like too low on the bomb jump, and yeah, you were lucky since it was only the red boomerang,
Okay.
and Catfish had the silver arrows.
Yeah, I'm glad I checked pedestal a lot sooner than I normally would have, because I might have gone back up there and wasted a lot more time.
Oh yeah, it also made sense to check it at this point, since you were planning to go up to Tower of Hera at this point, and yeah, knowing beforehand if you want to collect the pendant or not is probably a good idea.
Yeah, it made a big difference on that one. I don't think it made too much of a difference elsewhere, because I kind of wanted the eastern one anyways, and Ice Palace was actually the last location left, so... But it helped for Hera, that's for sure.
Yeah, we were just surprised that you didn't activate your flute when you were there, and like maybe did the magic bed with the fake powder.
I must have forgotten I had it ready to go at that point.
Yeah, I think you were just like focused on going to Hera and yeah, just forgot about it. I guess stuff like that happens.
Yeah, and yeah, it seemed to work out regardless. So. Yeah, it was. I laughed a little bit when you just save and quit after getting the ice shot. That was a nice touch. I keep forgetting that you can do that.
I'd been planning it the whole way. I was just like, it's gonna be on cold stairs, and do I go right there and have to come back into Ice Palace? No, that's terrible. I'll go there afterwards. And of course, it was the last spot because the game doesn't want to make Ice Palace short. So I did my best to skip out early.
Yeah, and it always gets you.
I guess Eri jinxed that for you because we were like figuring out which test the ice drop might be in, and he really wanted to go with the cold stair.
I'm not sure if wanted to is the right word.
But yeah, Chrouya's just finishing up his Ganon fight, and I think we might be joined by him very shortly here.
Alright, and Chrouya finishes with a time of 2:22:37. So, 13-minute difference. Sadly, he will be out of the tournament right now, while Fouton gets to get his matchup against OWG. Let's see if we can get him in for an interview.
But yeah, that's pretty much the time difference it took you guys to find the Moon Pearl, I think.
Yeah, it was around 10-12 minutes. That's pretty right.
Yeah, and also you guys, like both of you pretty much full cleared the entire game, so it's not surprising that we have like such high times going on both ends.
Yeah, with 180 plus collection rates, you know, that was something wrong.
Yup. Awkward silence. So, while we wait to see if Chrouya's joining us or not, who's gonna be your favorite in this tournament? Do you have like someone you have an eye on where you want to say, yeah, this guy is probably gonna win, or do you think there's like a couple of people that have a fair chance of winning this?
There's a few people that I was kind of worried about, and one of them's on my half, so I'm kind of afraid of that. It's gonna be Fouton is gonna probably dominate through the whole thing, but terrifying skill. Like every time I see them complete an Overworld glitch seed, it's like a 130. They're extremely good without Overworld glitches, so it's kind of scary to deal with someone who's that caliber and knows the glitches pretty well. So that'll be a tough one to beat. Gem as well is another player I'm a little worried about, but fortunately that'll be if I make it to the finals. So.
Yeah, speaking of Gem, I'm kind of worried about that.
Yeah, Check's Human was another one, but having to match up against your IMA pretty early. Well, kind of knocked out a big player early, unfortunately.
Hello?
Hey, alright. So we're joined by Chrouya here, so same as for Fouton. I guess we don't really need to talk about the seed and what you think about it.
Yeah, I guess it's it wasn't really too different from the other seed, I guess, with the moon pearl being at a stupid location. Well, this time it was just my fault mostly. The first seed, I was just stupid in not going EDM. First things first. But then this seed, I fake fluted to the place, and then I didn't go to the houses first. It was such a mistake.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we were kind of wondering, since we are not too familiar with the fake flute. So you would have been able to go back into Village of Outcasts after Skywoods, right?
No, because I died.
Oh yeah, then you are like back in the light world, I guess.
Right, yeah, so when
alright.
I was doing Skullwoods, I was like, oh frick, I cannot go back to Village of Outcasts, so I had to delay that for a later moment.
But you could have done it before that, like before
Yeah.
going to Skywoods. Alright,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that was definitely like something I could have done. I
Alright.
just have to reload the room, I think.
Yeah, because you are in the
Yeah, I'm a
weird
fake light
light world stady, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the second time you wanted to fake flute, you drank the potion.
Well,
and
yeah,
then
I drank the
didn't have a
potion.
way.
I drank the potion. I was like, I could have just done the mirror method at that point, but I was very keen on doing the fake fluting, and then I save and quit, and I was like, stupid. Because if you drink your potion, you cannot do it again, because you have full magic and full HP.
Yeah, you don't have a way to get rid of that.
No, so I could have just done the mirror trick afterwards. Then I reset and I was like, I save and quit. And I was like, I didn't mean to save and quit because now I don't have my potion anymore. Because I wanted to save them, but oh well. In the end, I think that's like where most of it went wrong. Because it's mostly like I haven't done this a lot, so it was like I knew how to fake flute, except I didn't know how to. Or I think you can get link state by pulling something in the fake flute.
Yeah, it's like
the fake flute
transition and then pull something and you become Link.
Right, yeah. So I transitioned and I was like, I forgot what I need to pull. So and then I got hit, so it didn't matter anyway.
Oh yeah, you both got into Skywars at around the same time. I think we even had a high five in the big chest room. But yeah, you decided to go into T-Rock after that, which Fouton had done before doing Skywars, and that pretty much set you back like about 10 minutes, I think, which is kind of the difference you guys have right now.
Right. Yeah, just that part of routing just went a little awkward because I did want to check those houses. I did check them in the first seed, similarly, in as a bunny. But, well, I just did it a little bit too late.
Yeah, and then pretty much after you guys got the moon pearl, it went bad for both of you, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know if what locations did I miss?
Yeah.
It's pretty tough to think about what I missed.
Yeah, I think you both pretty much full cleared the entire game apart from like 2 or 3 locations. And yeah, we can also see that in your collection rates. Like we see Foutons already with a 183. I don't know what yours is, but we will see it shortly. I would guess it's kind of around the same. So yeah, that ice rod hiding in like on coaster actually, not just in ice petals, but on the last possible location.
Yeah, so I was thinking like Fouton didn't finish yet by the time I finished Swamp. So I was like, okay, it's got to be somewhere further away where he wouldn't check. So I checked all the mids locations first. I don't know how early he got the mids though. I decided to check them pretty late.
He actually got them after you, since he hammer jumped in Palace of Darkness and didn't have a small key to come back out of the maze. And yeah, then instead of mirroring back to the entrance, he decided to save and quit and didn't come back for quite a while.
Right.
So you had them quite earlier, but we thought you might have not like noticed that it was the mids, since I think it doesn't show in the dark room.
Yeah, I did do a menu check just in case. I don't really need them because I do know the setup for midsless Ice Palace, but
yeah, but then again, you kind of also don't want to go into Ice Palace,
right?
Because you know the mids were like lamp locked, and when you found the lamp, you had like pretty much everything else available as well. So there was really like no reason to go into Ice Palace earlier than when you guys did. So it makes sense that we have like such a long seed going on.
Yeah, at least I played, like, I executed a little better in glitches this time around compared to first game. So that shaved off quite some minutes, but unfortunately, not enough.
Yeah, you also managed to get through all the dark rooms pretty quickly. That was pretty impressive to see. So it looked like the execution was on point overall.
It's just the late moon pearls. They get me.
Yeah, that's from Overworld glitches, I guess. There's like two parts: the part until the moon pearl and the part until go mode.
Yep. Right, that's pretty much all I have to say.
All right, any last thoughts from you guys about the seeds, or like
who's gonna be the next opponent for Fouton?
It's gonna be Ozipone.
All right, that should be a good match.
Do you have any plans to get some more Overworld glitches despite being out of the tournament now?
Maybe I'm kind of like not really retiring from ALTTPR, but I'm taking it quite easy on the randos lately. There's a lot of new games that released here just in the summer, so I've been non-stop playing them. Lamalana 2, yep, I've been clocking 42 hours now into that game. So yeah, it's just a little lack of practice. So maybe I'll probably join the next big tournament when it pops up again. So I like that kind of variety.
Well, thanks to you both for the excellent race. And it's kind of a shame that it had to be a seat like this, but it was entertaining for us commentators.
Yeah, it definitely was. I agree with that.
You guys did get to show off some sweet glitches that we don't get to see all the time. So
yeah, I'm glad to have a lot of fun in that one, and GG's.
Yeah, GG.
All right, and with that, I think we have to sign off at this point. If you like what you see, make sure to watch the other matches in the Overworld Glitches tournament. There's going to be a couple of them tomorrow, I think starting at, 9:30 a.m. on Speed Gaming 1. And like a lot more like during the day and on Sunday as well. So make sure to stick around, watch these guys do like some magic tricks, I guess. And yeah, I hope you had fun and have a nice weekend, everyone.